Hello, everyone. This week we will move into Module 3, People Analytics and Human Capital Trends. But before we do that, we have Module 2 due today, Monday. Now, depending on when you're watching this video, if you're watching it today, then it's due today. But if you're watching it in a few days, then you've missed that due date. So let's go ahead and hopefully you've turned in that those assignments for Module 2. Speaking of which, I did notice that I had a couple of questions regarding the study plans, more so than normal. I also noticed that we had quite a few students did not complete the Module 1 study plan. I think 16.67% of you, that was 10 out of 60, did not complete the study plan. So that's a little bit concerning. I feel like that's a high number compared to classes in the past. Please make sure that you are completing that study plan. If you have questions on how to earn full credit, please check out the ebook and Waymaker area. I know I've pointed this out a couple different times. I'll point it out one more time. If you are not receiving full credit for the study plan, please check out the functionality video. There's two. There's a general information video and then also a functionality video that will go through how you can earn full points for those study plans. Let's jump back over to Module 3, People Analytics and Human Capital Trends. So just like everything, HR is getting more tech savvy. This includes how we can use analytics and human capital trends to help with HR responsibilities. So in here, you're going to go ahead and do that study plan that's due on the next Monday, the assessment as well that's due. And then this week we have a written assignment. So every module you'll always have a study plan and assessment. That's pretty much given. And then occasionally you'll have a discussion board and or a written assignment. So this week you have a written assignment due, your first one. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. It is worth 75 points. Make sure you don't miss out on this area because it's worth 75 points. Module 3 focuses on human capital trends, but more specifically, data analytics. So I would like you to answer the following questions in a paragraph form. You can copy and paste the questions over to Word and then answer those right below. I think that's helpful. It's helpful for me because it allows me to see that you're answering those questions. But more importantly, it's helpful for you because you can then stay focused on what the question is asking and kind of check off that you've answered that question in its entirety. Because if you look, typically I ask questions, sub questions within a question. What does that even mean? That means if you look at question one, I'm asking you to discuss in your own words what you think people analytics is. And then secondly, why it's important for HR professionals to use. So I always try to get your opinion on things. A lot of the questions that I ask, there are no right or wrong answers, but they're well supported ones. So I want you to think about what you think people analytics is, why it's important, and why should we use trends and data in the industry. So that's a 100-word minimum. The second question discusses the HR challenges that professionals face. Now you'll find this information in the textbook, but again, I want you to discuss them in your own words. What do you think some of the challenges are when it comes to people analytics? And then I want you to discuss recommendations, what you would recommend. So here is a good way for you to get the 150-word minimum. I'll give you a little help here. I want you to use bullet points, so clearly outline what the challenges are, and then clearly outline what those recommendations are in an outline form, not full sentences, just write them out. And then write a small paragraph on summarizing what you've outlined. That's a great way to achieve those 150 points or 150 words. Sorry. All right. The last question, discuss the golden rules. I'm not talking about the golden rules, treat others as you would want to be treated. I'm not talking about those. I'm actually talking about the ones in the study plan. So let's go ahead and take a look as to where you can find this information. If you look under Tile 2, Strategy and People Analytics, and in there are 5 subsections. If you look at best practices, now, of course, you're going to go through all the study plan in its entirety, but I am looking for the Golden Rules by Patrick Coolin. Please discuss these and not the other golden rules. I can guarantee I'm going to get at least a handful of students who aren't going to watch this video. They're going to Google 10 golden rules because they have no idea what I'm talking about. They'll go ahead and Google it, and then they're going to discuss the golden rules that are not Patrick Coolin's golden rules. So please make sure you're talking about Patrick Coolin's. So here you can, again, find that in Strategy and People Analytics, that section 5 of the second subtitle. So here they are. They don't talk about all 10 here. I think there's one, two, three, four. That's about five. That's about five of them. You're more than welcome to discuss all 10 if you'd like, or the five that's discussed in the book as well. Certainly can Google this information. Don't cut and paste it word for word. I want you to put it in your own words. But if you were to Google this information or search it up on the internet, please make sure that you cite your source. The great thing about HR is there's a lot of great resources out there for HR professionals to use. And in the academic world, all you need to do is just tell me where you got that information. Now, in the corporate world, you don't have to cite yourself, right? But in here in the academic world, you do. So please make sure that you tell me where you got that information. All right, so that written assignment is worth 75 points. I do want to talk a little bit about responsibility. So making sure that students are checking Blackboard after they complete the study plan and the assessment, making sure those points go over. It's your responsibility to check that. I can tell you that internet's glitch, things time out. It happens, not just in Blackboard, but in life. I can tell you, I mean, we all know that, right? We're looking up a website on our phone or on our computer or laptop, and it kind of times out on us, and then we have to reload the page. That's standard. That's everyday life, right? That's no exception for this class. So please make sure that you're looking at Blackboard after you complete that study plan or the assessment to ensure that those points transferred over. In addition, making sure that your written assignment was uploaded. You should get an email. When you upload an assignment, you get an email confirmation. So making sure that that goes through as well. All right. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, these due dates, think of them as no later dates. You don't want to start them on the day that they are due because I assure you, I can assure you, things do and can go wrong. Uh, you know, People get sick, laptops crash, things happen. So that's also why I have all the modules open for the entire semester. Work ahead. I strongly encourage it. All right. Thank you so much and have a great week, everyone.